assault to your intelligence, I think.
Mate, explain to me this, all right? I'm going to come out and say this because as much as I love the fact it was Jungle Cuck that got lit on fire, as much as that made me have movement downstairs, explain to me, I've got to be convinced that MJF, because you're trying to sell this to me as a wrestling product with full fucking, we got fucking tails of the tapes and we got wins and losses. Okay. MJF beat this cunt with a small package. Yet one of the young fucks just ran over Darby Allin with their fucking car, pushed him against a production truck, and less than 5 minutes later has got a flamethrower.
It's fucking amazing.
And every match had a gimmick. They might as well just left the cage on.
So what? So you mean to tell me that Jungle Cuck got fucking set on fire?
Yeah.
Set on fire with a flamethrower.
Try me a river, bro.
He tried to drown first. So he tried to commit attempted murder. Then that didn't work. So he just went, well, I'll just go for murder instead. Because, they tried to murder me. Like, it was like watching a Final Destination film come. It was fucking ridiculous.
I just love watching the post press conferences for the AEW. That's what I watch mainly now. Just the post event press conferences, and Tony Khan just keeps looking sadder and sadder, or like less hope. He gets the numbers. He's like, "Fuck."
And look, I hope people out there don't think that we want AEW to close down, because I don't want that to happen. There's too many guys that are employed, but they really need to start looking at what happens. Like when you do something on a show and the reaction it gets from the real world rather than just the 700,000 you get tuning in every week.
Well, it's the same sort of thing we just said. Why were the beautiful people stood out? Because everything was different. I watched the highlights of a full pay-per-view where if someone has Hep C and bladed, the whole company's fucked. They all got Hep C because they all bled. They all fucking did shit on the outside. I think 2 matches had a fucking cage. Like, I'm now desensitized to the point you got to hit some motherfucker with a truck and then set the cunt on fire to get a fight.
But that's the thing. AEW, is just unorganized. Like, they have talent flying in that aren't even booked. They have a lot of shit that's going on. Tony Khan is a booker. He's not a writer. And you have
he's a match maker. I wouldn't call him a booker.
You have a multi-million-dollar
kid
company.
With his action figures, can't call it what it
is. You've got a multi-million-dollar, or probably what is it, almost billion-dollar company money that you're pumping into this thing, and you're catering to such a niche audience, this indie shindy fucking market that is so small, where you could be hitting such a massive market, bro. They had Jade Cargill, right, as an original at AEW. And soon as she went to WWE,
less than a month,
she did an entrance and then didn't wrestle and just, you know what I mean? They made her into a spectacle. They made her look incredible. They made her look like a superstar. Same with Pillman Jr. He went to NXT, named Lexus King. They gave him the entrance. They gave him, you know what I mean? That sort of shit. They are making him into a fucking megastar. AEW cannot create megastars. People are going to say MJF. Bro, MJF was fucking good before AEW was even in existence, bro.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. His promo on that show, fuck, it was good. That whole MJF segment was fucking brilliant. But I don't want to sit there and find 10 minutes worth of good shit in 6.5 hours worth of dog shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what it is, bro. Because it's not booked, it doesn't have a professional writer. It has Tony Khan, who thinks I've been a fan all my life. I know wrestling. That doesn't make you a good fucking booker or wrestling writer. It doesn't, bro. Just because even if you've got talent going and look at AEW, bro, it all started out. It was all their friends getting signed. Fucking the nepotism was all throughout that. It's not about bringing in the best talent. No, it's about bringing in our buddies and living our dream, because when we're backstage in a fucking locker room, how good would it be if we had this fucking big company we're all running and we just hire our mates? And bro, come off it, man. Like Tony Khan was just a dumb fuck that actually went, oh, I get to hang out with wrestlers. Okay, here's his fucking check.
I think the best short-term solution right now to like counter the attendance, low attendance numbers, and the lack of renting out basketball arenas and having them 10% full. The best thing is because he owns the Jacksonville Jaguars. Why don't you just run it in Daly's place? At least it gives your product a niche look, and then at least the talent gets to stay in Florida. So the talent stay in Florida and they run it from Daly Place every week. And because the talent are in Florida, they might get signed to an actual company. So,
Jesus.
You know what? They could all use a little bit of advice from
Well, bro, even CM Punk in that interview, he had a non-compete clause. They were like, yep, fucking see ya. Like, bro, we haven't seen that fucking stupider moves done in wrestling since fucking WCW was in existence.
And let's be honest, no one moved the needle for AEW like what Punk did as well.
No, of course
not. He was the sorry, jerky went the wrong way. He was the cash cow for that place. Like, you'd think they'd be doing anything they can to keep him around and not let people just do what they want, disrespect the bloke who's trying to help make the product better. And
well, because that's the thing, bro. It's he came from being in the WWE, being a top guy, going and then say what you want to say about his UFC career, right? Like that was a fucking whatever. Yeah. But he still went in there and fucking did it.
Mate,
but the guy is a fucking megastar. Or, you know what I mean? He was a created star. He went in there with the expectation, no, this is how we do business. And then he was just, you know what I mean? Like, it's kids running the fucking asylum, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's just people in there because Tony Khan, and even Homicide said on the interview, he goes, Tony Khan is a nice guy, but he ain't a boss. And he goes, to be in wrestling, you have to be like in that job, you have to have a level of cunt in you. And Tony Khan, he's a nice guy, but he doesn't have that cuntiness in him.
Edge didn't move the needle a third as what CM Punk did.
No,
mate,
and you
said
left
he's my name,
so much money on the table. Like Punk versus Danielson would have drew massive numbers.
That was when it was probably when there was like the dog collar match with MJF, the Punk and MJF. Yeah. So probably the best time it had been. Easy.
Yeah.
Just
great storytelling as well.
People that could actually get you invested.
It wasn't just a bloodbath for the sake of it. It was a bloodbath with a story.
Yeah.
Well, wow, ending a blood feud on a gimmick? Fuck, who would have thought?
Who would have thought that would draw money?
Who'd ever think that besides every wrestling promoter that's ever been successful?